I've listened to both the member for All Saints, East and St. Luke's, and the Honourable Member for Barbuda. And he quoted from the Constitution. I'm not a lawyer, but I also have common sense, and I've had good access to good lawyers over the years. Mr. Speaker, they're making a big deal about the state of emergency and why the government should be extended the state of emergency. It's not that the government wants to impede the fundamental rights of citizens or the freedom of movement or the section that he read from the Constitution, but the very act of the government extending or having a state of emergency is so that the government can set, for example, the curfew hours. And if you do not have a state of emergency, Mr. Speaker, the government cannot curtail the freedom of movement of persons in the country, regulate and set curfew hours, and then there will be no curfew. And you're saying you support the curfew. You're saying you support all the protocols by the Ministry of Health. But the Public Health Act member for Barbuda, you need to educate yourself and know the law. And do not mislead the people of the country. You're giving the impression, I know I got an A+. You're giving the impression to the citizens and residents of the country that the government is coming to this parliament for over a year, extending the state of emergency because the government wants to curtail the freedoms and rights of the citizens. And that is not so. It is quintessential unnecessary. It is essential because the government, the Attorney General, the Prime Minister, and the Cabinet has no power under the Public Health Act or no other legislation except under Section 20 of the Constitution of Antigua and Barbuda to invoke the Emergency Act to set the curfew hours. And if you do not have curfew hours, you'll have rampant spread of the COVID, where people will be doing as they like. You will have fetes, parties, you will have congregation of people. The government will not be able to set certain regulations. The Public Health Act does not cover that, Mr. Member for Barbuda. I'm not here to blow wind to the government and to make them feel nice, but they're doing the right and proper thing. All of the other islands in the Caribbean have done it. They've gone to their respective parliaments and extended it. The United Kingdom have done it. There's a lockdown right now in the United Kingdom, a third lockdown. Italy, Germany. Look, Miami Beach, just look what happened. You don't read the news, you don't look at CNN. You don't see what happened in Miami Beach for spring break. That they had to declare a state of emergency, and the Miami Beach police had to fire tear gas on all of the people that were congregating on South Beach. And the same thing will happen. And it's nonsense that the member for All Saints, East and St. Luke's spewed this afternoon saying about people getting locked up or for 14 days you don't have access to a lawyer. Has that happened once since we have invoked the state of emergency? And I don't even know if that is so in any law. The AG, when he gets up, can elucidate, Mr. Speaker, and educate us? Because I'm not sure that that is under the Emergency Powers Act. I was just looking under the Emergency Powers Act of 1967. I do not even know if that applies. Maybe it does. But definitely, it has never been implemented. Since last year, March, when we first came to this parliament, those draconian things that you're speaking about have never been implemented. Come on, man. We have one country, and as the Prime Minister said today, I may have my differences with him, but now is not the time to play politics with this pandemic. We're not coming to this honourable house to just extend the state of emergency because the government want to do it. And they want to revoke or impede the fundamental rights of citizens under their constitution and freedom of movement. We're doing it for the good of the country and the good of the citizens and to protect their health and their well-being and the spread of the COVID. The government have not chosen a total shutdown like other countries. We have not. We did it, I think, for what, 1 week? Many other countries have shut down for so long. I think we are fortunate. I think as a small island, we are also fortunate to receive that AstraZeneca vaccine so early. And whether the CMO gave advice to the Minister of Health not to give out the others, the Prime Minister explained that we wanted to inoculate more persons at the beginning, but they did save and secure 14,000. So that every person who got the first vaccine will be ensured that they get the second. He said so, the Speaker said so. I mean, why am I defending? I'm defending what is right. I'm a principled person. If I feel something is wrong, I get up on a matter of principle. All this nonsense that you're all spewing and all these false rumors that Asot Michael supporting opposition and supporting Lovell, you all must stop it and stop spreading it. Okay, please. But Mr. Bab, you the honorable member, you're an intelligent man, you're educated, you're supposed to know better. And we got to come here in this house and not play politics with people's lives and their livelihood. And especially when it comes in this period, when the government is trying their best. Come on, man. That's all I have to say on this matter, Mr. Speaker. To show the age you will elucidate on the law and the Minister of Health. But I cannot see, and the Leader of the Opposition not given one tangible reason why he's against the state of emergency. See, he's just against it. Why? How is it inflicting harm? What is it doing to the citizens? It gives the government, clothes the government for the last time with the legal authority to set regulations, freedom of movement, otherwise people will go to the Constitution and challenge. The government and the cabinet cannot just say curfew from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. or 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. They cannot even implement a curfew without a state of emergency. Can you get that into your head? They cannot implement any curfew hours without a state of emergency. It is clear in the Constitution. I rest my case, Mr. Speaker, and I support the resolution.
Thank you, St. Peter.
Thank you.
Thank you.